Ronin Geeks proudly presents Marvel's Spider-Man reveal trailer. Warning, the following audio may contain coarse language and other materials that may not be for a younger audience. The opinions expressed in this audio are solely those of the speakers involved. These conversations may contain spoilers for current media such as games, comics, movies, television shows, and more. Running Geeks makes no claim to ownership of the various media discussed, simply the opinions expressed. Listener discretion is advised. Be sure to swing on by the Facebook group where we had plenty of things to say about what was going on with this amazing reveal trailer. And be sure to hit up the YouTube. That is where you will find this one. I'm pretty sure just putting a link tree for the audio only would be kind of pointless. It'll be a video only. It'll be a special for you Grown Geeks. So be sure to like the video, be sure to be subscribed to the page, and hit that notification bell. Without further ado, we're just getting right into the nitty gritty. I don't even have pictures up for this. This trailer was sick. It was absolutely sick. And for this panel, we just got me, and we got Will, the man, the myth, the Marvel. Man, give me your thoughts. There's a lot of things to say. This will be a shorter video, but there's a lot to say.
Look, I'm gonna get a lot of shit out. Like the fact that the trailer was leaked freaking the day prior, so at that you were like 24 to 36 hours prior, so at that. And Sony had to do major damage control, so at that freaking real quick, so at that. So they pieced together freaking, their whole side of everything, so that, and got the trailer out freaking so they could get freaking the hits and everything, so at that, and get everybody focused back on the actual trailer as opposed to the little blurry thing that was released. So with that, I did see the blurry one, and so at that, freaking, I wasn't, yeah, it's roughly the same thing. So with that, could be some minor differences, but I didn't really like break it down. But just the fact that Sony freaking quickly was like, "Yo, we gotta get this out there. Let's do it." Like we weren't ready because I don't know when they were gonna reveal it, but it still did what it was supposed to do, and freaking got everybody freaking on pins and needles. Like, "Yo, hurry up, December, we need it."
I mean, literally coming this Christmas, and they decided to drop the trailer literally almost 4 months to the day before. And who knows if we're going to get anything else. Because literally, you could just keep replaying that trailer. Asses would be in that seats. COVID be damned. Marvel fans will show up in droves. They will support their movie. And Disney's going to have yet another amazing fiscal time just reaping what Sony is doing with them when working side by side trying to get, everything that's going on there before the House of Mouse decides to be like, you know what, Sony? I'm going to buy that back. I'm going to get that one from you. So that trailer from start to finish was insane. And the fact that we spent all this time blaming Wanda, all this time blaming Loki, when this whole damn time, the one person we weren't blaming for like the whole multiverse falling to shit was Dr. Stephen Strange. Even though he was the one person we should have been blaming this whole entire time. Because he was like, hey, don't do that spell. Should have listened to Wong, man. Should have listened to Wong.
Well, I don't think it was necessarily his fault. Peter wouldn't shut up during the spell, and that caused some irreversible damage, or currently irreversible damage from what we know, on the spell because he's trying to cast, and I don't know if the spell has whatever you say or whatever is being said during the process, freaking takes effects and kind of throws stuff off. But it kind of gives me shades of Into the Spider-Verse and stuff like that, where hey, this is doing something with the multiverse, and then, Peter gets stuck into it and stuff like that inadvertently, and bam, multiverse explodes, and then you got, Peter's everywhere. So now it's the same thing. He's in the middle of it, talking about the spell. Like, I don't know if he like walked into the spell while it was happening or what. We just see him kind of standing there, like he's in the spell with Doctor Strange, and then shit starts to go wrong. So could be shades of Into the Spider Verse, or that could be something else, but it seems to be doing what it's supposed to do.
I mean, it's not necessarily like a bad thing to be compared into the Spider Verse because not only of how great the movie itself was, but also just like how much money that movie itself brought in for what was going on, and it was such a good representation of a lot of things going on within the Spider Verse. So if we get anything even remotely close to that for a live action, you bet we're all going to be pretty dang hyped for it. Because I mean, we had so many different reveals going on the entire time, and to have literally four villains show up in the trailer, yo, like that's nuts. I mean, everyone's excited for Doc Ock. I mean, he was a great villain. He did exactly what he needed to, but there's a lot of love there for everything else that was going on. We saw the smoke cloud or dust cloud. I'm hoping that Sandman in there somewhere. I know the movie wasn't that great, but I'm
Look,
hoping.
if you watch the trailer carefully, you see freaking looks like a lizard in the reflection. Electro and Sandman kind of bounce around going at it. You see Green Goblin's freaking, you hear him and you see the pumpkin
Pumpkin
bomb
bomb.
roll in, and then you see Molina on screen. And that's one of the things I'm curious because he walks out and he's like, "Hello, Peter." Like he knows his Peter Parker. And so at that. So I'm thinking he's talking to Toby. This is at that in that scene and not talking to Tom. So it's like, I don't know. This is gonna be interesting either way it goes.
Because like having all those different dynamics, I would be shocked if Toby Maguire is shown anywhere in any of these trailers. They're going to bury that so deep, not even Tom Holland can leak it. They probably had them on set different days just to keep Tom Holland, from doing what Tom Holland does and spoil stuff. It's like, even when he's like, all right, I guess the video's out, I'm going to post it. Even he said, he was like, just wait. There's so much more.
I think that was more damage control. I think they wanted him to post that, like because of how everything was going with the leak and stuff like that. So, but Tom Holland has been better about leaking stuff. He's not as bad as he was initially and stuff like that. So let's give him a little bit of credit. We haven't had a bunch of leaks from other stuff, but again, time will tell.
Time will definitely tell, and I'm sure, like, moving forward, they may just be like, oh no, Tom accidentally leaked something again, even though it's like fully within their marketing campaign, because the people at Marvel and who have been working closely with Sony, I'm sure have been like, all right, you do it this way, and then the fans will love it. So just keep feeding them like little bit of tidbits, because I mean, Marvel's had us in the palm of their hands for like what, the last 17 years.
Mm.
Like that was when Iron Man debuted. It was like 2004. So,
Iron Man debut 2008.
so the last 13 years, they've had us in the palm of their hands with very very few bad movies along the way. So I'm very very hyped for this movie. This is probably maybe the most hype Marvel movie I've been like excited for, and that includes everything that we saw with Endgame and Infinity War. Just because of the limitless potential they have to set up the rest of their universe. I've seen a lot of websites already calling for Sinestro, saying that he has some part to play in everything that went wrong with Strange. But I'm the one scene that didn't make sense to me, and honestly, I know it's a trailer, so like having 100% concrete facts is going to be absolutely minimum. Why was Strange kicking Peter out of Spider-Man? Like
Well,
what could have transpired there? Like did he forget who he was maybe?
I mean, anything could happen with that. Again, freaking, there's a scene where you see it in the background, so with that, where it's talking about how like Peter is the devil, so like that, freaking, and again, clear, reference to Mephisto is what is drawn from that. I'm not saying that it is, I'm saying clear reference that's drawn and stuff like that.
Get in there.
But with that being said, there could be freaking, something at play and stuff like that. We could get an evil Doctor Strange in here because I mean, it could not just be Peter's, alternate forms and stuff coming out. We could get, Strange's alternate forms and stuff like that coming out and causing issues. So yeah, we don't know how this is gonna transpire with that, but if something bigger at play is that as far as entities is concerned with that, then yeah, as much as everybody hates to hear his name, Mephisto is definitely one that would be on the list of people that is in Dormammu's probably still got a score to settle. So I mean, it's like
If you open up the multiverse where he's out of the Infinity Loop, I'm pretty sure he could definitely have some tales to tell here. And I'm pretty sure I said Sinestro, but yeah, Mephisto. Sorry about the late hour, folks. That we wanted to get this video out like as soon as we possibly could. I know we're a little bit late, but at the same time, like this trailer, there's a lot to break down, and we're trying to keep this video compact. And even still, we're going 10 minutes with everything that is in fact going on. And the only thing I truly hope out of this trailer is we get William Dafoe's Green Goblin. If I do not get William Dafoe's Green Goblin, I'm gonna be pissed. If they give me the Green Goblin from The Amazing Spider-Man, I'm walking out of that theater. I am not doing this. That is not. It's not what I signed up for. I signed up for the William Dafoe who helped carry Boondock Saints, and the William Dafoe who absolutely helped Tobey Maguire make Spider-Man, that movie, what it was.
I mean, I think there's a good shot they can really set this up where they can kind of pull a little column A, a little column B. You pull like two villains from Toby's, two villains from Andrew Garfield's, and maybe have two more so that because you gotta remember who else would be, who would fill in that sixth slot right now and stuff like that. Freaking and
Vulture's like the only guess
Vulture's
I
the only
have.
one that makes sense to fill in that slot right now. We did see a brief Rhino in there with Andrew Garfield. We did see a mechanized Rhino. I don't want them to bring that. I like Giamatti, but
Yeah,
I don't want them to
Giamatti
bring
says
it.
he's done with the character and he has not been asked to come back. So I'm
Okay,
safely ruling that one off the table.
thanks for that. So yeah, so we got Vulture, we got looks like Lizard, and uh, you know,
Because Goblin,
well,
Sandman, Doc Ock, Electro. So
yeah,
yeah, we would need
I mean,
Vulture.
we still got yeah, Vulture, we still got Shocker, and so that floating around.
So I mean, there are pieces at play
So
here.
there's people, so that definitely, and this doesn't rule out a lot of characters, being introduced into this universe with that. Like I swear, like freaking people looking at it, there's a scene where Peter's trying to read some legal stuff and then at the police station, and it looks like that's Matt Murdock's arm possibly handing him paperwork. So if Daredevil's introduced into the MCU, yeah, I'm gonna lose my shit. That's gonna be freaking fantastic.
If they're going to introduce him, they better introduce his on again, off again, crazy ass girlfriend, because that would fill a sixth slot in so many ways. Because she is a bad woman, capable of just about anything.
I mean, we got time for her. She doesn't need to come. She doesn't need to come here, but she can come in later on. I have a problem
But
with
we
that.
have told many tales in what was supposed to be a short video. But as with all things Marvel, there are so many red strings to pull at and just so much stuff to get out. I just need my William Dafoe. That's all I'm asking for in this movie. Just give me my William Dafoe and a good Green Goblin. That will be fantastic. And Marvel has not let me down yet. I know Sony is helming the main lead on the project, but at the same time, we all know it's Marvel who's making this movie what it is. Sony's movie history is what it is, and we know what it is. So, anything else you wanted to discuss before we wrap this video up? Before we end up like spending like 45 minutes on like a 2 minute
Because
trailer?
I can go for hours talking about what other villains they can introduce with Scorpion and a couple others.
Like
So no, I'm
Craven
good.
could be another one like
Craven the
on
Hunter be
deck.
trying to hunt down freaking Peter because he's a fugitive type shit. Like it's a lot we can go. So no, we'll end it here. This is it. We're good. We just kind
Kingpin.
of wait, and we're waiting to see. Sony has had a rebrand and stuff like that. Freaking of their whole thing. So this is Sony's Spider-Man universe. They're not just they changed the name from what it was before and stuff like that, and they kind of made it more inclusive. Sony's Spider-Man universe is what they're pretty much calling their projects and stuff now going forward. So everything about this will be the Spider-Man universe. They're not looking at giving up the rights no time soon. They're gonna keep pumping these movies out. And before we get to Spider-Man, we do have Venom 2, Let There Be Carnage on its way sometime in October. So stand by.
I mean,
It's,
also we have like what is it, Morbius on deck? just following that one. So I mean, that's a whole
It's
nother
talked
thing.
about. It's around. They've casted. They've done stuff. I'm like, I'll see more when they get more concrete. But right now, Venom is on the forefront and waiting on Spider-Man, Shang-Chi, Eternals.
So much to do, so little time. As always, thank you for your time, man. The Myth, the Marvel. Will Parker wearing a Spider-Man hoodie because who else? Got a Spider-Man poster, got a Spider-Man hoodie. We're not surprised at this point in time, folks.
Of course not.
I have been Brent. I've been running tech as per usual. I know at some point you guys will be more excited to hear Sam's voice, but fortunately couldn't make today's call, so made do with what we had. Be sure to like the page, be sure to like the video, be sure to hit that subscribe button, be sure to hit that little notification bell so you get notified every time we drop any piping hot brand new content. There's so much stuff between September and December, folks. You're going to be seeing a lot of us, you're going to be hearing a lot of us. We're trying to pump out a minimum of 3 videos a week. We're to keep giving you guys amazing content. The more you're there for it, the more we'll be inclined to do so. Without the support, why bother doing it, you know? We do this because we love educating and talking to you guys and just getting to know everything that there is to know about the grown A geeks within the Facebook group and within the YouTube community. So thank you for your time, folks. Peace.